Thanksgiving week is here, folks. Happy early holiday to all of you who are traveling, because I think Monday is one of the busiest travel days in the history of the United States. So yeah, it's going to be a busy day for a lot of people out there. This week is very chaotic because we have all of that going on. We have multiple games on Thursday, so we're going to preface that by saying set all your lineups. Make sure you are prepared if you have time, because you don't want to get stuck Thursday waking up late on the West Coast and realizing, oh, there's games playing, and I have not set my lineup. So that is why we're here. We're doing the Waiver Wire show bright and early, midday Monday. I'm with myself, Justin Muller, with Jeremy. How you doing today, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm good. I think it's Tuesday, though. Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, dude, that's the, right now, that's where my headspace is. I don't know what day it is anymore. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah, I should know this because I normally have 2 days off, but it's just, I'm all over the place.
Listen,
no sleep.
we are grinding it. We are grinding in the fantasy streets. We are grinding in the reality streets. I got my dog in a cone this morning at the vet. Got a big old cone on his head. I feel like that scene in Dumb and Dumber where he's going, we got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off. It's just, it's chaotic here in week 13, but we press on. 2 more weeks before you punch your ticket to the playoffs. So we are here rolling with the Waiver Wire show.
Yes, and for those of you that advanced in Scott Fishbowl, like the two of us, humble brag here. Congrats on making it to the top 1,500. We will keep trying to keep this popsicle stand going. We don't know how long it's going to go, but we're going to enjoy this ride while it lasts, folks.
Yes, sir.
I think we should just jump into waivers at this point. Why not? Let's talk about them. We're talking about quarterbacks because they're always the first ones to talk about, and we're going to start out talking about. We're not going to talk about the shallow league guys because theoretically those are owned in every league. So we're going to talk about medium and deep leagues, and the deep league guy is Bryce Young because who he plays this week. He plays Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay continually gives a fantasy points to quarterbacks nonstop. Only the Jaguars are worse. So Bryce Young is coming off the best performance of his career, the best game that I've seen. It didn't show up in the stat book. He had like 17 fantasy points. But if you watched him play, he made high-level throws consistently against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Going up against Tampa Bay, that defense should be much easier to carve up. So that is why I'm on the Bryce Young train. You could also make the case for Will Levis this week. Cooper Rush, who's interesting, who scored pretty good points the last 2 weeks against the Giants. Jameis Winston in a bad matchup, or Derek Carr. How are you feeling kind of about this group of guys, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, Bryce Young, I think, is probably the main guy that you want to go after. He has the potential to put it together. I mean, just doing that against Kansas City, I know everyone's going to get up for Kansas City. They're going to play their best game. That said, going from the KC defense to Tampa is something different. So you mentioned it, the worst defense to opposing QBs. They're actually second worst. Because they ended up facing Tommy DeVito last week. They got a little bump as the Jags were on bye. So they're second worst, but they're really the worst here. And I think Bryce Young is going to carve him up. Adam Thielen back. JT Sanders potential. We'll see how that goes. Probably not, but at least the potential will be there. And then, maybe Brooks gets into the fold and that offense gets humming for as much as that offense can hum at least this season.
Right, that would be nice because Brooks got 5 snaps last week, so he was not much of a point in that offense. We'll see if they integrate him more, or if it's just going to be the Chuba Hubbard show, and I'm kind of just resigned to accepting the fact it's the Chuba Hubbard show this year. We'll see. Maybe it changes. Who knows? I think it's an interesting play. If you need to stream him, I think he's very much streamable. The other guys, my other favorite is probably Cooper Rush because he plays the Giants, and the Giants are not that good. Dallas is at home. I know they've been abysmal at home, but this is Thanksgiving. Everyone's going to be there. Like, all the things are going to go. So it's Rush against DeVito. I know it's must-see TV. I think you could play Rush if you need to play him. The more interesting guys that are kind of below the 50% threshold are the medium tier guys, and it's Drake Maye and Russell Wilson are the 2 guys that are the ones I want to play. You could make the case for Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to do it against Seahawks defense. Seahawks defense turn the corner. Drake Maye has, going up against the defense, the Colts, that are allowing quarterbacks to complete 69% of their passes. That is a high mark, and Drake Barr has been really good. Last week it was kind of a struggle, but on top of that, he's 5th in the NFL of rushing fantasy or rushing yards per game among quarterbacks. He's only behind Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Anthony Richardson, and Jalen Hurts. And then it's Drake Maye. So, you put all that together against the Colts defense, I think Drake Maye is very streamable. The other guy's Russell Wilson because they're playing Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's defense is hot garbage. It's more than likely going to be pushing that game trip there. Yes. So, if you're deciding between, Drake Maye or Russell Wilson, who would you kind of prefer to go with?
It's Russ by a lot. I mean, I love Drake Maye, obviously Pats fan. I think what you're seeing with Drake Maye is a lack of weapons. But the other thing that you need to consider against Indianapolis, with DeForest Buckner back over the last couple of weeks, the Colts defense has been much better, right? So I'm not so sold that, especially with a decent back end in Indianapolis, they can't cover anybody, but they can cover the Patriots wide receivers. So I'm not so concerned about that. I do like Russ here as well, though, against Cincinnati. They're in Cincinnati. It's a divisional matchup, so it's maybe not the best spot. Having said that, you're not really going to get Najee and Jalen Warren going a ton, I think, unless you get them involved in the passing game. That helps to elevate Russ's floor. Pickens should be able to do whatever he wants. We'll see if that materializes. But yeah, I do like Russ better. Drake Maye's not bad with the rushing floor.
Yeah, I think, like, to your point, Indy has kind of turned the corner a little bit. I think both of these guys, like, if you can get either one, you want to play them. I would definitely play them over Bryce Young. They just seem like a lot safer plays.
Yes.
You could go there. But, like Bryce Young has juicy matches. We need to do that. You could do that. I mean, we could talk about the high tier guys, but really it's just like Geno. He's my favorite because he's playing a Jets defense that's just way to life like on the season. So if Geno is available, he's the guy I would stream this week out of all the quarterbacks because that matchup is juicy. The Jets defense is giving 26 points a game. All these fun stuff. We don't need to talk about those guys too much because most of those guys, they're rostered in every league. This is this is our week 13 show, man. We're with Thanksgiving coming, we are going to be dropping our ranking shows really soon this week. So we're going to jump into this really quickly and do that. So we're having that come out. I don't know if we're doing anything on Thanksgiving Day or not, but yeah, we're going to push stuff content all week. So if you're with us this far into the show, we very much appreciate it. Make sure you are, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We very much appreciate it. If you can comment, do everything you want. That's what we're here for, folks. So hope you enjoyed our week 13 show. I'm going to quit talking because we're just wasting time here. So for Jeremy, myself, for Essie and Aaron, I hope y'all enjoy your holiday if we don't talk to you then. And yeah, we'll see you later on this week. So have a good week, folks. Listen up.